Hey guys, welcome back to the Bible stories. Tonight we'll be going over the big dinner party. It's another party. Jesus goes to a lot of parties. One day Jesus went for dinner at the house of a very religious family. Everyone was talking about the time when God's kingdom would arrive on earth. They imagined it would be like a huge party for people just like them. Jesus smiled. "Let me tell you a story I know," he said. "A rich man decided to throw a big party for his friends. When all the delicious food was ready, he sent out his servant to invite the guests, but they all started making excuses. 'Sorry,' said one, 'I've just bought a field, and I must go and see it.' 'I need to check on my new cows,' said the next. On and on went the excuses. 'I've just gotten married. I'm too busy.' Until at last the servant gave up and went home to tell his master. The rich man was furious. 'Go into town. Invite the poor, the blind, and the sick,' he cried. The servant did as he was asked, but there was still room for more guests. So the master said to him, 'Go out onto the roads and country lanes and bring in even more people. My house will be full of the poor and the outsiders, people who others think are not important. I tell you, not one of those who were invited and made an excuse will be able to taste my wonderful feast.' When Jesus had finished his story, the guests were silent. They realized that God welcomes everyone into his kingdom. It's not important who you are, only that you accept his invitation. So basically, through this story, Jesus is saying that it doesn't matter what your gender is, whether you're a boy or a girl, or your age, or your race. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or you're poor, as long as you accept his invitation. Your next story is the lost sheep. When Jesus preached about God, all sorts of different people came to listen, even robbers and thieves. But many of the religious leaders were furious when they saw Jesus talking to people who broke the law. "How can he be a man of God if he is willing to talk to people like that?" they sneered. "Let me explain," said Jesus when he heard them. "Imagine that you are a shepherd with 100 sheep. Now imagine that one of your sheep is missing. What would you do? Would you just go to bed and not worry? Of course not. You would go and look for that missing sheep and search behind every rock and bush until you found it. Then you would carry it home on your shoulders and celebrate with your neighbors. These robbers and thieves are like that missing sheep. They have lost their way, but I am a good shepherd. I will not forget about them. I will seek them out and tell them about God's love to bring them safely back to him." And he tells another story that is similar to the sheep story. This one is called The Lost Coin. I don't know if any of you has ever lost any money before. Maybe your parents may have given you $1 or change. I know when I was little, I was given $1 and I tried to give it away to somebody because I didn't realize how valuable $1 was. But this story is called The Lost Coin. Jesus wanted the people to know just how important each and every one of them was to God. "Listen to this story," he told them. "There was once a woman who had just 10 silver coins. One day, when she was counting them, a coin fell off the table and disappeared. Determined to find it, the woman lit her lamp and swept the house, searching in all the corners. Finally, she spotted a glint of metal under a chair. She had found it. Overjoyed, the woman called to her friends. 'I have found the coin that was lost,' she cried excitedly. 'Let's celebrate.' And that's just what God does when a person who has forgotten about him turns back to him again," explained Jesus. "He celebrates with all of the angels in heaven." All right. Your stories for Saturday are going to be The Lost Son, which relates to the previous stories, only this uses a human being instead of a sheep or a coin. And Jesus heals a woman on the Sabbath. The Sabbath was a day of rest, so people are going to be mad at him. The Jewish leaders will be, because they claim that he's not following God's law. But let's end with a prayer. Let's see. God, who made the earth, the air, the sky, the sea, who gave the light its birth, careth for me. All right. Thank you for attending. See you next time, kids. God bless.